Start recording. Oh, it's recording. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
good. Okay. Uh, so messed up. Um, uh, excuse me. Earlier when we were just talking and I mentioned, wow, uh, I've been getting not mean, but a little aggressive talking with the Drock and Lily and everything. And then uh, Lily had told me I need to make some rice today, which I've been unable to use the rice maker. I have problems just using the microwave and everything's preset on it. But that she told me that she'd help me and we were going to make some rice, a couple big tubs of it. And I'm like, all right, that's good. I like the rice, but this is bad news because, you know, I'm supposed to get the heck out of here. You know, everyone, especially myself too, been waiting forever. Uh, so finally, I started seeing stuff going on with her. And the last 2 days, she's been hitting me with 222, 222, 222, 222. I'm like, wow. She made sure I saw it anytime it came up anywhere. Uh, and then something else popped up. It was how many views on video she wanted to show me. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it was 5 ones. So anyway, I looked at her, looked into her. I looked at the Drock, talked to them about why I wasn't gone yet. And Gaia had done her job with me, and then she sat back a little bit, and she didn't have her arms like this in disgust, but she was like, well, I'm done. And right now, the earth is just about going to get blown up her body. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. So, uh, then Lily, I was getting really mad at her, but, well, it's like it's not mad, but it's really annoyed,
Mm-hmm.
maybe mad. I don't know, borderline. Excuse me. Oh, my head hurts like hell. This pain I've had since yesterday afternoon. It's nasty. I mean, it's huge, massive. I've never had pain like that in and around my head. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I try to lean back on my chair a little bit to go to sleep, and anything touched my head, or right now, if I were to try to touch my head, I'm not going to. It's painful as hell. And, I know pain, understand it, no problem, but it's real bad. And I said, well, that's good. We're getting there. But then there's something's going on. And so finally, Lily and I had a talk, and the rest of this nonsense, until the moment I'm free, came out. Uh, and like Lily said, I can't just let you go right now. Because I told her, man, I'm ready. She said, can't let you go right now. And I'm like, all right, now I'm going to get pissed. Uh, And then she said, please try to understand. And I'm like, well, you need to start giving me enough information so I can understand it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
all I have now is a no, and I don't do no.
Yeah.
Not when it goes against what I know is important and necessary for others. Wow. Don't touch it. And I'm really tired of this. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so just a minute, get that. She's trying to pull some of the pain out so I can talk. She said it's hard enough to put the words in my mouth to help me express thought without this in there, but anyway. So she said that I could see in her head, in her thoughts, in the energy, movement, flow of energy, her thoughts that it's something about the missiles flying,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think precursor is the right word. You don't know what it is, but what happens before the big,
Yeah.
before the big event? There's the little ones that turn into the big one.
Yeah. Precursor. Mm-hmm.
Is it precursor?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, so that part of World War III is already developing, like something in a petri dish, maybe.
Right.
Germs or whatever. And she said that the missiles have to be flying, and I have to come out right then and there to stop it, and that be the keep World War III from happening. And that was always supposed to happen when the original ones were around, and they told me, and I found out who I was, and we started talking before they got showed off their nastiness. And excuse me. So anyway, I'm not trying to make this long. I'm just really having trouble.
Sure.
So they said. So she said, I have to come out and stop it. And all of creation, except for the ones I destroy for being abusers, we're forever. We live on forever. These bodies don't. They're a little Ziploc baggie we get put in from time to time, a body. But all of us were eternal, and we have four new huge first beings that are in the first dimension. I mean, all of them together, they're nothing near my size, but it doesn't matter. They're part of creation. And they need to understand why I did everything I did while I was here, and they pretty much understand it, but I'm not free yet, so they have question marks in their head. And if Lily, I told Lily, I know I'm ready to come out. That's what she said. No, can't come out yet. And she said that it isn't just about now, and she feels everything's suffering, and she's taking care of all of us involved in this, at least to the point where everyone's not in their wonderful mansions and swimming pools yet,
Mm-hmm.
but still they're taking care of us. And she and others helping at taking care of us. Excuse me. But that Iran, Trump already. I don't know if it was 2 weeks ago. Wow. I can't see that, but he had told Iran that they had 2 months to comply with his demand to sit down at sit down at the table and talk about make some new nuclear agreements.
Mm.
And that if they didn't do it by that time, he was going to bomb. He told Iran, "I'm going to bomb you like this planet's never seen bombing."
Mm.
And Iran already has nuclear bombs, but they're just not very strong. So, so anyway, they're going to meet. The Iran, not Trump and the other camel jockeys, but the Iranians have a bunch of their close allies, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And on the 22nd, they get and meet somewhere. They have their prayers and dinners and stuff together. And then on the 23rd, they have they start a serious 2-day thing of discussions, a war council. And then they decide they start throwing all the thoughts around on the 23rd. And then the final decision, then the meeting goes so long, and then they all meet separately and talk individually. And then on the 24th, they have the final meeting where it's like an all day, almost like an all day event where they're making their discussions. Everyone's, they have an understanding. It's like everyone knows who feels how each individual group feels about everything. And then the guy from Iran, the Ayatollah Shamola, he makes the decision. And they're going to make a decision where they have to teach the infidels, and Allah wants them to kill everyone that's not Muslim anyway, and a proper practicing Muslim. So something happens, and of course they tell Trump to go get screwed. I know it's part of it, and then sometime after that, Trump's usually waits before he does like the tariffs. He used the tariffs to get people to start talking.
Yes.
Say, look, we can put the clamp on you. We don't want to hurt you, but you know what? You've been screwing us for 4 decades. So that's his poker face or whatever, poker play, card play. So, but Iran just shuts the door right on that, and then there's a certain amount of time that goes by, and then final preparations, and then now there's different things in the timeline. They might make a preemptive strike, the Iranians, on the 24th. Don't know.
Of May, 24th of May. Yeah, just to clarify.
Yeah, thank you. Wait a minute. No, preemptive on the 24th of this month.
Oh, April. Okay.
Yeah, because the meeting on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, that's this month.
That's this week.
April. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm
a week from now. It's like 10 days from now.
Yeah.
Or 11 days. Yeah.
So it feels and it seems, and the best as Lilly can understand is that's when they pull their group together. And I don't see the preemptive strike going on. They'll probably make a couple attacks, but not the big one against the U.S., or bombing Israel directly to where, again, maybe they do that eventually. The timeline is flowing. But Lilly said worst case scenario on May 28th that I have to be out by then.
May 28th, is it?
May 28th. Yeah, sorry.
The outermost possibility.
That's the end of the rope.
That's when she will authorize the drop to go ahead.
And yep, and that's she'll go to pull me out of the body, but if there's any problem, then the Drock already know that they need to just come into my room and blow my head off. Just melt it. And that's why that other part of Lilly materialized and with her gold staff and pounded it in the ground and said, "It's time for y'all to get involved."
And if the gentleman feels is impolite, she's going to make him do it anyway. That's and she says this is what we're going to do. Yeah, and she doesn't tell them, but it's going to happen because she's going to make it happen. She can literally affect every person on this planet at one time with a basic thought. She can stop war on the planet and everything else just with a little thought. And for a lot more than this one planet. But I mean, that's her power. Sorry. So it's important because we all live forever. We're eternal. That this has to happen that way. If she makes the war happen and then I come out and stop it, well, we started it, is what you say. And the big factor here is the 4 new first beings that haven't come out yet because they're huge. I mean, they're I could bounce them all on my knee together. I mean, it'd be teeny. Especially when I take the rest of my energy that was stolen from me through all these lives. But anyway, excuse me. So the
And if I do it, then I was the one, somebody can say I caused a problem, whatever. No, it has to happen naturally. But there is a door at the end of that hall when it's the May 28th.
The fail-safe, yeah.
The fail-safe. And I said, good, maybe for just, until it happens, you can get me, give me back a little bit of brain or something. Because, I mean, I have to get help just to put something in the microwave.
Hmm.
I'm flopping around everywhere. I've spilt a couple bowls of food, but then I got to bend over to, clean it, put it away, and.
But just to clarify, Lily won't allow anyone to come to the house, so that's that.
Yeah, she had said that she's keeping people out of the house, so I have that. No one's going to interfere with it, but she said that as much as everyone's still suffering, and especially the animals, it has to keep going until they push the button, and she'll know a couple of days before it happens.
Okay, yeah.
So she'll know ahead of time. She'll be watching it, and then she'll say, "Okay, guys, let's start hitting them real hard to kill that body." And then they'll start doing that slowly and gradually. But when I say gradually, I mean within 24 hours. And if I'm not out by then she says, do it. This guy's got a weapon. It's about the size of a nice coffee table, not a big one, just for 4 people to sit 4 corners around it. And it's kind of massive, and it puts out a beam of some crazy energy. And the way they do this, it's like when we shoot a gun. There's the muzzle. There's the tube that the bullet goes through. Well, they just have energy that leaves and goes to a pre-decided location. So, wow. So anyway, she, promised me that'd be it. She said she doesn't see it take until the 28th, but she said that's where the cork comes out of the bottle, or
sure,
where the cork goes in the bottle, and that we're done. It's all finished. And it's because of things changing for everyone forever.
Yeah.
That it has to happen like that. And, I'm not happy about it, but I understand. And like I mentioned earlier that she has to keep knocking me down, getting me a little closer, just to make sure this, it goes real quick right away. Because when I come out, I'll want to stop everything right away. But if they're getting ready to start the war, I can be taking the animals home and, getting rid of some key individuals. So I could preoccupy myself for that 24 hours. But it's horrible. It's insane. And I'm sorry. Lily feels the same way, but we didn't make this creation, we're just fixing it.
Yeah.
And
it is what it is.
Yeah. And it's easy for her because she's out there on the other side and she sees everything that I can't. I can't hardly even, like I mentioned earlier, I can't even hardly see on the monitor. I'm just shutting down. So, but it was getting to me so many times, so long, she finally and we're right hanging on the edge. She knows I know I'm literally a walking dead doll, piece of massive flesh. So she told me. And
I'm grateful, but because knowing makes it easier, I think.
Yeah, to finally know, because I always had that question. I said, she told me this morning that, I think it was this morning, last night. She's told me a couple of times, but just this morning, she said it, or yesterday. Anyway, she said it has to be like this. This is all we can do.
Because of weighing up the suffering now versus the problems in the future. So she's made that calculation. Yeah.
Yeah, and she knows these 4 new first beings. Now they're pretty big, and I'm going to have to modify them, get rid of negativity that they have,
mm-hmm.
and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to just go in there where I have them all, held up, like I said, it's like a glass cage. I'm going to go in there with them. I'm going to take frequencies that are in the first dimension, and I'll start with the one that's the lightest first, and say, what do you want? Yada yada, and then I'll take those frequencies that are there and I'll blend them into them, and they'll see. They say, "Wow, this is wonderful." That the more negative, the more heavy particulate matter that was in there when they were made, the higher their negativity, and you pull that out first, and then you start putting in other frequencies like more heart. And stuff like that, and they're just happy. It's wonderful. So it's like, okay. So everything will be fine, but we can't. It's imperative that these 4 beings, as well as everyone else, but especially these 4 new beings, that they understand what's happening and why. If Lilly goes and stops it, then she interfered with it. If she makes it happen, then she caused it. I'm talking about World War III. And then if I go ahead and come out and make them start the war and then stop it, well, it's the same thing but worse. And if I just come out and just go ahead and start cleaning everything, they don't get the full understanding. So excuse me.
So the scenario has to run its course.
Yeah, it's a catch-22.
Was I encouraged to stay up really late last night to watch this new episode of Doctor Who when I noticed there was a new one? I was
relative to May 28th.
Yeah, it's saying at the end of May the entire planet just blows up. You see the Statue of Liberty floating in space, kind of thing. It's silly, but that's the idea.
She's trying hard to. It's not a good phrase, but to make the suffering bearable and to understand why.
Yeah.
And she, my fail-safe mode is protect and destroy to protect.
Just to be clear, that was symbolic of all this stuff happening. It's not actually going to blow up. The planet's going to be fine.
No. But it's the plant of May 28th. I've heard so much stuff about people having mixed opinions about the new Doctor Who.
Yeah, well, I was afraid it would be even more that way, but there was enough interesting, intelligent stuff in there that I didn't mind too much.
Yeah, there's so much stuff. It's like Disney, Disney's paid by Soros. He gets his money from. He's made his own money, but he gets it from the minions that are out there thinking they're running everything. Well, they kind of are running things here physically now, but oh wow. I can hardly open my eyes. I can't hardly. It's hard to see through them. Oh, yeah, I better I better shut down. Is there anything else though that I mentioned earlier that
No,
I
you,
think
you
that's it,
mentioned
isn't
that
it?
you were thinking of explaining the pain you got while you were talking. Is it? I'll explain that
Oh
later.
yeah, this is. I'm just really getting my butt whooped. I've never had brain pain like this before. Never.
Hmm.
I was trying to go to sleep and I couldn't put my head back on a pillow on top of the chair I sleep in, and if anything touched it, it hurt like hell.
Wow.
And because of what's going on inside, I was told not to be taking the uh, Aleve.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Chinese stuff. It's half price. Uh, not to take it for the longest time because they were opening up things. I could feel it in my chest. There's a, I forget what you call it, going on where the main blood vessel goes from the heart to the right lung. There's my heart that's destroyed.
Hmm.
But it's an NSAID, not the Aleve is an NSAID. It's a non-steroid anti-inflammatory drug.
Hmm.
So it kind of it brings tissue together and stuff. That's why I'd take a bunch of it, maybe 20 a day,
Mm-hmm.
uh, to so my gums would close up with all my tooth
Yeah.
problems and
Yeah.
everything. I said one came out the other day. I saved it for Deanna. Cleaned it up and put it in a coffee cup for her. When she sees
Pulmonary
that, she'll
artery.
yeah.
Pulmonary artery.
Excuse me. It's I told her which one and everything.
Hmm.
It's next to the chair, my chair. I just put things in it to keep them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I just gotta. I don't know how much more time by the day that I'm stuck here, but it's really frustrating. I asked Lily if she could help me out with that, and she goes, "No, you have to just slowly keep getting worse,
Hmm.
so that you're ready to be kicked off the table or whatever, you know." Which is okay. Oh,
Well, we're talking weeks, not years. That's the main thing.
yeah, yeah, and because it's one thing when you're living it, feeling it, but you
Hmm.
can tell talking to me that there's been nothing left for a long time, but now we're talking moisture in the bottom of a barrel,
Hmm.
you know, and it's not on the sides, just a little moisture, not even a puddle. But before we come out of a body, or as we're coming out, the last part to come out is actually the strongest part of us, which had to go through the physical body itself to uh, function, be the consciousness, the new consciousness being created. So that's
Hmm.
how we change and grow.
Hmm.
There's better ways to do it, and everyone will find out when we all go home. But that's the strongest part of us, always comes out last. Of course, with me, it's kind of wacky. The strong source and adhering to it. It's like having some string and then dipping it in some dye,
Hmm.
water with dye in it. Excuse me, and you rinse it off and hang it up to dry. And when it's perfectly dry, there's still a little purple stain in there.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, well, look, thanks for everything. And if you could let people know,
On YouTube or just Skype?
I know on YouTube, I don't know what to say about Lily saying, she just jerked me, but barely did because that hurts now when she does that. She said, "Just let it go now."
What does that mean? Sorry.
Internet.
I can put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, this will go on Walker's channel on YouTube. Yeah. Okay.
You'll be having to. Not that you need it, but you'll have help doing it. Starting your own channels.
Well, I'll have to when Skype shuts down. When Skype shuts down, I can't give it to Walker, so I'll have to put it on my own YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, thanks for saying that. And it'll be the new ET type YouTube.
Right.
YouTube, Amazon, all these idiots, they're out here. Will be broken down and consumed by other people, and then our ET hybrid friends have their own. But yeah, I said that on the 24th, if I'm still here, I'll be switching over to Team.
Yeah.
Whatever team, I don't know.
Microsoft Teams.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
They said the thing to me all the time, but it's
sure.
What was I had to finish? It is hell trying to function without a brain. I guess it's just about the people just need to. Oh yeah, if people could finally know after waiting so long what the last little problem is, they need to know.
Yeah, so that's why it's going on YouTube. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, your assistant's going to help me out. You have 3 primary channels, but 2 other channels.
Mm-hmm.
And they're affiliated with other religious or thoughts, or there's people that are atheists, and I can understand why. There's so many negative, nasty people, but I'm taking them all. And there's some people are really crazy aggressive. All these people, plus the people rioting and stuff, they're leaving. It's going to be vicious too. So when they're nice, they're there. And like Zoros and his crew, they've been paying people to protest $100 and then an extra $10 if you bring a sign. For this thing about attacking Elon.
Yeah.
Our favorite, excuse me, known hybrid. And the there's something. Lily just said he's fine. Don't worry about it. And I said, well, I know that, but part of the time you were asleep. Total time you were out was 4 hours.
Last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't sleep very long, so that's about right.
But you were flying around. You were on a ship.
Okay.
They did something to your legs, your knees, and your ankles and feet.
Yeah.
I think it's for circulation.
Absolutely.
Then when it brought you back here, they helped you just stay relaxed for a little while. But when they knock you out with those frequencies, really get peaceful sleep.
Oh yeah, it was very deep sleep, I noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very relaxing. That's what they do with some of the pets that people have when if they want to start freaking out and run all over the ship. That you're like living butter. All right, look, thanks, appreciate it. It's hard to hold on to something this long when you're going over so many speed bumps, but when you finally know that the rest of the road is solid and it does end right there, right into a swimming pool.
Yes.
So, or lake or whatever, you kick your feet in there and just relax.
And understanding why the road is as long as it is.
Yeah. And why what's been happening. Yeah. Understanding, right? All right, look, thanks for everything, man. I appreciate it. I have to see if I can put my head in that chair. It's now that we're done talking, here it comes again.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. I don't have to worry about it too much longer.
Anytime, Jay. Anytime.
Yeah, thanks. Anything pops up, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'll see you soon.
Cheers. Bye now.
Okay, bye.